Alright, guys, here we are, hole 7. Gonna take a look at what we have here. This is a pretty decent wind to go up here with a rocket. So that's something to think about. It's a pretty good wind for it. So we can aim up here with a rocket. I'll typically play a rocket. Well, I mean, it depends on your accuracy, but I'm assuming you guys probably are pretty close to the tops, which will be like a 90 accuracy-ish. I'll typically use maybe about 1.3 per ring on that pull with the rocket. When it's into the wind like this, you can probably even get away with a QB10 as well. Definitely a Thor's hammer. I don't even have Thor's hammer on this. So I have to essentially avoid that shot. I have to do something either more like what my opponent did. But since you just saw my opponent do it, I may just kind of stay away from that. I don't know. It's probably the best shot, to be honest. So if I was to go QB here at the min line, I'll probably walk you through this because it's probably the most reliable. But one of the things that you'll want to do is you'll typically bring this in with some backspin. So something along the lines of this. I'm going to try to play wind effect as well. So you can see that my ball guide may be just positioned just a hair towards the right. And maybe 2 might just be a little bit heavy. I want to make sure that this does roll out. So I'm thinking something along the lines of this. We are going to need kind of more of a min adjustment pull. So you can't pull too many rings here. So that's maybe 5.8, 5.7. So let's just see what this looks like as a starting point. And even that, too many rings, even at 5.8. So I was still off by probably a full ring. It was probably like 4.8. But you can see it comes in there nice speed. I'd recommend not doing it quite as roundabout as my opponent. You can see that he tried to, I'm assuming it's probably a dude. Make sure that you're thinking about things like wind effect, because it is going to change, and you can see that that's what causes it to wind up well left. Now you can take it off that slope down the hill into the hole, but it's just a little bit less reliable. I would recommend more of the straight approach, because you're not going to have to worry about having perfect speed and distance and line. So when you use that backstop, it has to come in perfect pace, perfect everything. When you go at it more straight, the only thing you really need to have down perfect is the line. So it kind of takes away one of the variables as to hitting the perfect shot when you go straight at it. And the funnel on that hole doesn't have a large margin of error. So there's only kind of a little way that it's going to funnel into the hole there. Where certain funnels, it almost gives you like a guaranteed hole out kind of. It's not like that on that funnel. So you really have to have everything just perfect. So I recommend trying to avoid the funnel approach. Try to play the wind effect. You can see my starting ring adjustment there was way too much. It does always tend to play a little bit uphill there. So something to keep in mind. 4.8 on a 7.1, whatever that converts to. That's 1.5 per ring, somewhere in the ballpark of that. So that's your ring adjustment. Good luck with that hole, and I'll see you guys on the next one.